Hi Gemini, thank you for being here. This is going to be your love reading for the month of March. And this reading is going to be for all Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placement. We're going to start off with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards to get a general feel for the energies with all the Gemini in the month of March. The first card out is Perception. Release. Service. Self-worth. We've had the self-worth card come out quite a few times in the past few readings. You could be in a state where you don't really see your own value and you don't see your worth. So what I'm getting here is that there's a call for you to change that way of thinking, that way of thought processing, where you don't see your own value, so you put yourself in service of others because you want to feel like it's the sense of feeling like that is where your value is when you give to others. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is that if you only see your worth when you're giving, then you could run the risk of depleting yourself because you end up giving way too much. So what I'm getting here very strongly is just a little bit of a change of perception in terms of your own self-worth. And there's also a sense of you coming into your own and really manifesting what it is that you want into your life through your acts of service. So this is an energy, a beautiful energy. You just have to keep in mind that it's very important for you at this time to value yourself and what you bring to the table in any kind of relationship, whether it's a love relationship or a friendship or a family member or family relationships. I am going to pull some cards from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and we're going to pull cards for a Celtic cross today. So we have the Judgment card, and crossing the Judgment card, we have the Knave of Pentacles. What is below you or the current foundation of the issue is the Knave of Chalices. In the recent past, we have the Queen of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. What's crowning you is the Nine of Swords. In the near future, we have the Seven of Swords. Where your personal power lies is the Nine of Chalices. what you need to know is the Lovers and the Seven of Wands. Your hopes and dreams, the Hierophant. Your hopes and dreams, your hopes and fears. Some of you could have a little bit of a commitment fear. And the potential outcome, we have the Queen of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. Now, in the current situation, we have Judgment. And crossing Judgment, we have the Knave of Pentacles, which is one of my cards of seduction. Now, what I'm getting here very strongly is that somebody has seduced you or is in the process of seducing you. You have become very attached to this person that you're dealing with. Now, the Knave of Chalices, it's where your focus is, or the foundation of the issue, I guess you could say. And what I'm getting very strongly, because the Knave of Chalices is my jealous guy, is that you find yourself in a state of jealousy. So I feel that this person that you're involved with is somebody very significant to you. But I feel that it became suddenly important to you. So I'm feeling that right now maybe things haven't gone according to plan, or at least how you planned them, and you're in a state of jealousy or in a state of unrest. There's a little bit of anxiety there as well, I could feel. In your recent past, you have the Queen of Wands and you have the Three of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here in your recent past is that this was a very steamy connection. It was very hot. You guys went at it very hot and heavy. That was in the recent past. But then, what crowns you, or what's on your mind at this time, is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is that energy of fooling around. So what I'm getting here is that this connection wasn't a two-party connection. There were other parties involved, possibly 3 or even more. It was just you were not committed to this relationship or to this person who has, in a way, captivated you. And that's what I'm getting very strongly. So, in the near future, what I'm getting here is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of, I'm sorry, but I'm bored. This is one of my cards of, this is not working out. I'm totally bored. We have to do something to spark up the heat again. It's the connection went completely cold, or is going very cold. And the reason for that is it could be the jealousy, or it could be the fact that you're thinking about how you treated the connection, because it's heavy on your mind that there was fooling around. Now, you could have been doing the fooling around, or this other person could have been fooling around, or the both of you could have been fooling around. There was no commitment in this relationship, but you have developed feelings for this person. The suggested approach or where your personal power lies, is the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is an energy of putting everything on the table. There's a table there. And everything is set on the table so that they could take a really good look at it to see if it's what they want or they don't. So this card is about coming together and putting your cards on the table, or whatever it is that you want to put on the table, and deciding what it is that you really want. If this is what you want, then you would have to fight for it. In your environment, we have the Lovers and the Seven of Wands. Now, this is an energy of choices, because the Lovers here, he has to make a choice between the two girls. The Seven of Wands is an energy of making things better. We have to talk, and we have to come to an agreement. We got to put everything on the table. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about our feelings. So what I'm getting here is that in your environment, this person is in the process of deciding whether or not they want to continue this connection with you. And the Seven of Wands is an energy of appeasing. So there's a decision being made here to appease whatever upheaval happened. And that's in your environment. Now, and this is also the way they see you. So what I see here is that they see you as having other options. And not only having other options, but just smooth talking. And so for them, I'm getting a sense of distrust, as if the way that they see you is you have options, and you don't make a choice. You don't want to make a decision. You just want to play with your options. That's what I'm getting. And that could have been the reason why the connection is growing cold, or has grown cold. Now, in Hopes and Fears, you have the Hierophant. And like I mentioned before, this is an energy of maybe being afraid of commitment at this time. Like you're afraid to commit to this connection. There is a fear there. So the possible outcome here is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very platonic energy, which means to me that there's a potential that this relationship or connection that you have with this person could potentially turn into a friendship instead of a relationship, like a partnership. I'm getting the sense that you want to see where this goes, but there's a little bit of a fear of what will happen if the commitment doesn't work out. Am I going to lose this friendship? So, or am I going to lose this person because I can't commit? So there is a pending conversation, it looks like, between the two of you, and I see quite a bit of distancing between the two of you, like the connection has grown cold already. So I don't really see, it was very hot and steamy at one point, but it's not anymore. It has grown cold, and it is growing colder by the day. Okay, guys, I am going to pull a card from the Herbal Healing deck so that we can close down the reading and possibly get some advice for you. Now, I can see that there are some issues of self-worth, and I feel that It is the insecurities within you that don't allow you to open up to this person completely to where you want to commit. It's easier for you to keep this person friendly at a distance and still have access to them instead of trying to commit and form a relationship, a serious relationship with them. There are feelings. I feel you caught feelings. You wouldn't be jealous if you didn't have feelings for this person. And you guys got horsetail, higher self. And I will read right out of the book. Horsetail plants belong to the genus Equistum, which produce by spores rather than seeds. They are very ancient beings known as living fossils of the Paleozoic period. These plants and their family members lived hundreds of millions of years ago, growing as tall as trees. Nowadays, horsetail in North America typically reaches heights of a few feet at the most. But other species throughout the world can grow to be much larger. This herb grows in moist areas, often along creeks and streams, and also works with water in the body. Horsetail has an affinity for the urinary tract system, healing irritation with diuretic action. It is also a remedy for passive bleeding and ulcers. The plant is a great source of silica, which helps the body maintain healthy bones, hair, and nails. Horsetail supports the healing of connective tissue and is great for osteoporosis and joint erosion. We need plenty of silica to thrive. This mineral is in our blood and brain, and it helps form collagen, which keeps our skin healthy and young. Silica also forms the basis of quartz crystal, which is known by both the scientific and metaphysical communities to be a means of communication. Quartz is used in our computers, televisions, radios, mobile phones, clocks, and other communication devices. Metaphysicians are also use crystals as a means of communication. Crystals are known to transmit, receive, store, amplify, and focus energy, including thoughts, intentions, and messages. Horsetail comes into your life to facilitate communication with the higher self and higher beings. These plants resemble antennae. The species Equistum arvenus has needle-like leaves, giving the appearance of furry moth antennae. They are also technological antennae, which send and receive electromagnetic waves. As with quartz crystals, there is much similarity between how we communicate with technology versus psychic awareness. Your higher self is the you who exists beyond the barriers of your present personality. It has knowledge of your past and future lives, as well as your deep subconscious tendencies in this lifetime. As one with a broader perspective, it exists as a beacon to guide you through the trials and tribulations of earthly existence. Call upon your higher self whenever you have a question, and use your spiritual antenna to receive messages through meditation. Sense your higher self as a real character in your life, a guiding force who is always watching. This self is often depicted in stories as the sage or wizard archetype, the one with a higher vantage point and a wisdom who can plan ahead and create magic. Now is the time when your connection to the higher self is very strong. In fact, All of your spirit guides are here to help and acknowledge you. At the highest level, we are all sparks of the same source, and so we are one. We are not merely our current persona, but a spark of consciousness in a vast web of connection with everything else. Thus, even the angelic and higher beings around us can be understood as a part of ourselves. As we know ourselves through the gods, they also know themselves through us. Our existence is appreciated by the heavenly realms, and help is always there for us when we need it. Sometimes our higher self may orchestrate a challenge for us, but this is always to promote our growth. Horsetail indicates a connection to star energy. Astrology is the study of how the stars and planets impact our lives. You might be especially sensitive to astrological influences at this time, or able to comprehend a great deal through study and intuition. Horsetail also opens us up to connection with star beings. Traditional cultures throughout the world believe that we are originally descended from star beings, and many have kept records of human interaction with our star ancestors. As an ancient life form, the spirit of Horsetail certainly has the answers to these mysteries. Perhaps they will be shared with you. Stay open to any messages you receive through intuition, dreams, or synchronicities. Your higher self and spirit guides have a particular message or form of guidance for you at this time. Keeping this in mind will enable you to read the signs and follow your guides into ever higher understanding and evolution. Okay, guys. So, this is going to wrap up your reading for the month of March, and we will see you guys here next time. Thank you, Gemini. Take care. Bye.